week after her high school graduation, she earned both the BS and the MA in English from that school. After postgraduate work at the famous Red Loaf School of English in Vermont, she joined the ECU faculty. During her tenure there, she was an English professor, director of alumni affairs, chairman of the board of the ECU Credit Union, director of the Regional Development Institute, and associate vice chancellor for regional development. She also published 2 English textbooks and numerous articles on folklore, local history, historic preservation, and economic development. In addition to her 38 years of service with East Carolina University, she became a well-known, highly respected, and active person in state politics and government, including a term as the first female executive director of the North Carolina Democratic Party. As executive director of that group, she went to every county in the state and developed a network of leaders with whom she would later work on local and regional development initiatives. In 1993, she broke the class ceiling, becoming the first woman to serve on the 11-member Council of State, and she was sworn in as North Carolina's Secretary of Revenue. She spent 3 highly successful years overseeing one of the most tumultuous and challenging periods in the 74-year history of that Department of State government. She was instrumental while there in reorganizing the work of the department, including introducing principles of employee involvement and total quality management. Her leadership made the department a model agency for quality management. She became increasingly in demand as a speaker on quality management issues. And under her guidance, the department phased in a new integrated tax computer system designed to save millions of dollars and to make the department more responsive to taxpayers. Nationally, she earned the respect of her fellow tax administrators who elected her to the Board of Trustees of the Federation of Tax Administrators, an organization which represents all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and New York City. Governor Hunt, seeing the wonderful job she had done, called on her yet again, when in April 1996, he appointed her as North Carolina's Secretary of State with a mandate to restore that troubled office to health and a position of public trust. She completely revitalized the department in record time through the imposition of proper management and accountability measures. He wasn't through with her. Yet a third time, Governor Hunt called her into a leadership role and appointed her as Commissioner of the Department of Motor Vehicles. She served in that role from April 1997 to April 2001. She retired from government service following this appointment. She may have retired from being paid for public service, but she did not retire from public service. At East Carolina University, her alma mater, she has served as a member of the University Foundation Board, was the inaugural chair of the university's Board of Visitors, served as the founding chair of the ECU Women's Roundtable, and served on the ECU Centennial Task Force and its steering committee. In addition, she did volunteer work at the Chamber, authoring the Chronicles of Pi, the history of the highly recognized Partners in Education initiative of the Chamber, the schools, the community college, and the university, and the business community of Greenville-Pitt County. We're not through. She was appointed by the UNC Board of Governors as a member of the Pitt County Memorial Hospital Board of Directors, and a position she still holds. And on that board, she has served as secretary and currently serves as chair of the Board of Directors of the Pitt Memorial Hospital University Health Systems Foundation. Deservedly, she has received recognition for her various contributions, including being recognized at ECU in 1993 with its Distinguished Alumni Award, and in 2007 as one of ECU's 100 Incredible Women. And in 2009, she received the Jarvis Medal, East Carolina's highest award, the first woman to receive this prestigious recognition. It was noted then that the award is only presented to a person who is integral to the history and life of East Carolina University, a concept that's so very similar to that of the Legends Award of here at the Chamber. She was recognized as the 2002 Citizen of the Year by the Greenville-Pitt County Chamber of Commerce, and tonight we recognize this person with distinction with the Legends Award for being a person without whom the history of Greenville and Pitt County could not have been written. And by the way, she is the consummate wordsmith and public speaker. She has a gift of bringing a sense of place into her words, for she is truly of the people and of Eastern North Carolina. I know you've already figured out who she is, so I'll prolong this introduction no more. I lied just a little bit. One more thing. We all know the servant leader person she is, but I've got to know her so I know a little bit more about the private person. And this tidbit will hopefully give you a bit of insight into the real her. All the while she was Madam Secretary of this and Madam Secretary of that in Raleigh. She was also the pianist for her local church here in Greenville and played the piano there each Sunday for many, many years. And now my second last thing. After some surgery several months ago, Wanda and I and a couple friends of ours took dinner to her house one night. We had a nice event, enjoying the usual conversation among friends. But it was what we did after dinner that was a real kicker. She sat down over the piano. She liked to play the piano, you see. And she began to play her favorite hymns. And she insisted. Even though we couldn't all sing as well as she. Some of us could, some of us couldn't. She insisted we sing along with her. So we spent, I don't know, half an hour singing hymns. And we ended our evening with Amazing Grace. So how fitting it is that tonight we're honoring a person of amazing grace, a colleague, a citizen of distinction, a historic figure in our own midst, the Honorable Janice Faulkner. County, the city, and all the citizens therein, we're pleased to present you with the letter.
Since you've known me, I'm speechless. You will notice too that I was escorted to the podium. I grew up on a farm in Martin County, as he's told you, scarcely 40 miles from where I'm standing here. And out in the country, we got a lot of information, not through technological channels. And one of the things that I came to like most was hip joints. Now I have one of my own. There are no words to say what needs to be said here. And as I am reflecting on the tremendous opportunity for a full, gratifying life that has been afforded me from this place and the world that it put me in touch with, I think the easiest thing for me to do is just to go ahead and cry. And it is so wonderful to live in a community whose history you can embrace. And I have a friend who is a legend in economic development who used to say he kept going because at night when he was through with his day's work, he reflected on it to see if anybody had personally benefited from what he had done. And if he couldn't think of anybody or anything, he just had to try harder the next day. And so trying harder, I think, is the hallmark of the leadership that has been before me and that I have